Okay, so in the last episode, we find out that we are now in different time or period or alternative world. I don't know which is which, but yeah, I'm hoping that in this episode we get to an explanation, from what is happening.
What are you doing here? Say something. When is he coming back?
Who's mad? If I have to guess, I would say one of maybe it's probably the boy that we found dead in uh before this episode. So because of the dead bed, I'm assuming we are in the present. Yes, in the present.
November 5th, 1986.
Okay, now we're in the past. This is the thing right now. I don't know when we are in the present and when we are in the past, but based on that bed, I would assume that we're in the present. Then, based this radio saying we're 1986, that it will be the past. So maybe we're still in the past, and dead beds are just happening in both in the present and in the past. Hmm.
What do you want? Weren't you at Ulrich's this morning?
Are you new here?
Yes, you are new, but he is a child, so I don't think he is already put one to one like.
I got here just before 6 this morning to feed them, and this is what I found.
Maybe a wolf?
So it's no longer happening to birds only, but to animals. Yeah, okay. It's getting strange.
Maybe poison?
So I can say it's good news, but it's still happening only to animals. Therefore, humans, as for now, are still safe. But when it starts happening to humans, everybody will take notice.
I'm looking for my dad.
What's his name then?
Ulrich Nielsen.
Ulrich Nielsen? The Ulrich Nielsen?
Well, he works here, doesn't he?
No,
But you know him.
sure he never will.
Yeah, he will in the future, but you don't know that. But the good thing is that you know him. But at the
It's a dumb idea of a joke.
he doesn't know. He doesn't have a son at the moment or any children. Maybe he does, but not to him. Maybe the older son or daughter.
What's today's date?
5th of November.
What year?
It's 1986.
Oh, yeah, you're not born yet.
86.
Okay, so missing, Mads Newson. Yeah, so I was right about those people, being, I don't know if I said it, but being related like his grandfather and all that. So when we see, like in the, I don't know if it is, I think it's episode one, we see one of the old guys saying that it happened again. It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. It's because this is what they are talking about, missing somebody or what. This is what they meant. Oh, okay. So this guy, in the last episode, you're going to see that woman going to the grave and put those same three figures on that grave. So I think this is the guy that vanished. Yeah, he's the one who ended up killing himself in the first episode. So, wow.
Your door was open.
That's for Mads. You see, he forgot his key.
Chief Detective Tiedeman's here to update you on this progress. They've got new findings.
They've got no findings. He's just setting him up.
Were you trying to slip this past me? If there are skeletons in the closet here, then tell me what I'm missing.
When it comes to your position, there are some things worth knowing and some matters it's best you don't know.
I think if I'm the head of this department, I need to know everything I need to know so that I know
Figures. Here.
what to do. And the reason why you're doing it or why you are doing it, whatever they're talking about. She's going down there by herself. Maybe this might be the same cave, the one we know this kid went through or was dragged into. Yeah, actually, I think this is the same cave you came out of when you came to this time period.
Would you tell me your name and where you live?
Say? I've come here from the future.
Is she taking him? Because she won't take him seriously because of those books, but he's telling the truth about this. Even I wouldn't take him seriously, especially after see a comic book. Okay, what is in those barrels? There's to be more, right? A bed. Imagine a bunch of them start falling. Oh, the flickering of the lights. Yeah. Something is about to happen. Be a lot of beds about to die. Yeah. Is this the same place where those we find those pigs dead? Oh no, they were not pigs. They were sheep. Yeah, sheep. So she's making a collection of these dead beds. What reason? We don't know. But yeah, she's more intrigued. And I feel like I should know it. Based on her face, it's like I should know it from the future, but I don't.
Hey, Hannah.
Hey, Ulrich.
So there's something wrong with me. With the names, I usually forget names. You have to be one of the main characters for me to remember. And as for Ulrich, I think I know who it is from the future, but hey, I should know her, but I don't. So
I'm louder.
kid is running back to the to that wall, that cave, maybe thinking that he might be able to go back into the future. I mean, see what they showed was telling the people from the past that from the future they won't believe you.
Quentin won't give up that easily.
No. Maybe next time.
I think she's into you. I think she's into the way she's looking at him. I think she's into him. Oh, so she's the same nurse. Well, in the future, she's not older. The one we've been seeing and just saying crazy lady. I've been saying crazy lady, but yeah, I knew she knew something. So now we're getting to see who they are when they're in the present. That's good. Of her husband, even in the future, she still follows him around, and yeah, she was always suspicious. Not that he was cheating or anything, he just faint. What is he planning to do? Or where is he going? Oh, okay. Back into that tunnel. I wonder if he meets is it his son? Is it his son? It's his son. Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Now that I think about it, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, that has to be painful. Ooh, painful. He was forbidden to enter this place without a warranty, but he was like, fuck that. I'm gonna go to it anyway. Ooh, yeah, that has to be painful.
Hello?
Follow the no. Stop eating the. Okay, maybe yeah or now, yeah, you might hear. Yes, look, we are going somewhere now. We're going somewhere. So it is indeed a door from past to the future. I don't know if you can go into the future, but definitely you can go into the past. So if that's the case, then what is the purpose of that thing where they close their children and the one that get kidnapped with that guy? What is the purpose?
Anybody there? Mikkel. Mikkel.
Yes, it is Mika. No. Yeah, what is this box about? It clearly plays a huge role, but so far we haven't seen what its purpose is. So that is so the three of Jack. Okay, this one, I want to say, I was about to say that it started out slow, but I understand why. It's more of like developing a new world to say. Also, whatever I was talking about, saying this the alternative universe and all that, that was clearly damn take. Like I don't know why my mind just jumps to that, but clearly I don't know what I was thinking. But you can blame me because I was speculating. Instead of speculating, you get to say some stupid stuff because you don't really know what you're talking about. And that was the case when I was talking about the whole thing about different universe or different death and all that. Yeah, I was crazy. But based on this, it seems like it was the later thing I said about time traveling. It's time traveling. Going back into the past and future, and we see that Mikhail. Yes, it's Mikhail. Yes, it's him. He went into the past, and obviously going into the past, I think it's a big more of a big disadvantage than going to the future, because if you go into the future, you get to I think there are people that you can go to and say, okay, you remember me, I was your friend, or I was your this and that, because we did this and that and that, and people are like, yeah, you must be, because you have some secrets that you have, or some memories with that person, that to a certain point that the only two of you might only remember. So when you talk about it, they will be like, okay, so yeah, I do believe it's you. So yeah, what's happening, and they happens. But that also happens if you are older, because you do have the memories, so that also helps a little bit if you're older. But in this case, Mikhail is, first of all, is going to the past unknowingly, not on purpose, and secondly, he's young. And thirdly, nobody believes him. Obviously, the child, nobody believes the child when they say they're from the future or anything like that. They just assume that they're just having playing with their mind. It's more something that they read on the comic book or saw on the TV, which wasn't the case in this when he was like, okay, let me tell you that I am indeed from the future. She looked at him and then she looked at that book. Then she was like, in her mind, I'm sure she was like, okay, this kid is has some memory problems or something like that. She just assumes that he was crazy. So she just assumed that he was crazy or just making a joke. So yeah, there's that. I do like that the kid was like, yeah, at least I tried, and they don't believe me. So the only option right now I have is to just go back to that tunnel. I know that somewhat or whatever brought me here, it has to do with that cave. So I have to go back to that cave and just find a way out. He did, I applaud him. Scared going back into the forest, and then going back into that dark cave. You don't really know what you're doing, just assuming maybe if I go back, I'll find a way back home. He's really, really doing an amazing job, really, based on his age, to just conclude that. And from what I've seen, it seems so far he's either resting or giving up. Like, okay, I tried to go back in this cave, it didn't work out. And also, he hurt his leg, and that's a huge blow. It's a huge blow for him. Just, I'm assuming in that cave, sometimes he might need to climb and all of that. So yeah, and we also don't really have a structure of how the cave works. I know that it is linked to the power plant, but at the same time, we don't really they never really showed like the turn how they work, how it works. Like, this is the certain point that it needs to reach, this is the certain point where if you pass this, you go into the future or past, if there's a door or not. So we don't really know that. And as for Mikhail, at first I thought he was kidnapped, which could be still the case, and he might be the only person that actually succeeded in going to the past. He was maybe one of the people who was experimented on, and was the only one who was succeeded going to the past. So that is still the case here. I'm assuming, instead of him just accidentally going into the past. But I hope that's not the case. But yeah, we will never really know. Then also, they was setting up the future. It's really cool to get to see a little bit of the past of the people that actually did die. Like, is it Ulrich? I think it is him that he ended up killing himself. And I do believe that he is the he is the father of Nelson. Yeah, he is the one. I was really confused when I was watching it, because I was assuming that guy Cobb in the future was. But yeah, right now that I think about it, he is not the Oracle. Is indeed his father. They even said in this episode. I don't know why. I just forget some things in the end. It doesn't make any sense for me right now. But yeah, so that is also cool to just get to see these people before they die, what they were like, what pushed him to do that. And it seems like he just didn't do it out of the blue. We get to see him later on in the first episode. I mean, later on, like, he really did hang on for a while, searching for his brother and just looking for him and all of that. And speaking of this, I can see that in a way this is somewhat links into the future, but the only new context is that we have someone, in this case Mikko, is our person we're seeing everything through his, not through his eyes as such, but we have somebody from the future in that in this case the past, but also in their present. And you get to see that, okay, so when they were talking about, okay, this is happening again, it's like just back then. It's like, okay, so I understand why they're saying it. Beth dying, and also kids missing, and all of that. They have faced this issue before. Maybe in the next episode we're going to find out how they solved that mystery of people just getting missing and all of that. But right now, I don't know if we're gonna go back into the future, into the past, or we're just gonna continue from where we left off. I would love for them to continue from where we left off, where now instead of just staying in the past, we get to just jump back the past, the present, past. It can be confusing. I assume they were doing that in this episode. Actually, they were not doing that, so I do love that. And I believe that this episode was actually titled past and present, which actually made me think, okay, so they're going to jump back in the past, then going back into the present, doing that all over again the entire episode, which they did obviously end up not doing. But we get to see a comparison. Okay, this guy is this guy, this girl is this girl, or in the future they're this and that. In the past, we get to see them, which really helped me out because sometimes I was confused. So like, okay, who is this? Who's this person in the future? I have no idea. Especially with that girl, I knew that I have to know her. She has to be very, very important in the series and also in the present, because she's collecting these birds. Therefore, she must have some clue of what's happening, especially in the present, because it has happened in the past. So everything that was happening in the present, she'll be like, okay, it was like back then when the birds were starting dying. So she'll be like, oh my god. And we got to see this that lady, the officer lady. Yeah, right. Yes, when she also came out of that place, it was the school, and then the birds were dying. I think they believe this was the end of episode 2. So yeah, it was similar. She was like, okay, so what's happening? And based on what I am connecting right now, the dots I'm connecting, I'm assuming that they never really got to finish or discover what really was happening, if the problem was coming from the power plant or not. And for me right now, it's still a mystery what is causing the whole birds thing and animals to die. It's still a mystery. We haven't figured out what is causing it. I'm assuming it's obviously it is still connected to the power plant, whether it is the air, it's only affecting animals at the moment. And it's so far from what I think. It only affected animals. It never really affected humans, because if it did affected humans, everybody in the entire town will be dead. Therefore, there will never be a present, or in this case, in the future where Miko came from, because his parents would obviously have died. Therefore, he would never actually existed. So, with that in mind, I'm going into a conclusion that it never really affected humans, but it's still affecting animals, which in turn does affect humans, not in a way of just killing them, but food and all of that. I don't know if they're going to go into that aspect of the story, or it's just something to just show that whatever is happening in the power plant is indeed affecting the future, or not their food and or the future, yeah, and both. So yeah, this is something that intriguing. There are a lot of things that they revealed in this episode that I'm trying to put into together, and some are still making sense, some I still have to watch some episodes to understand what is going on. So I'm really looking forward for the next episode to see actually how the story progress. And if anything, to be honest, if Miko actually goes home, that's the main goal, right? To see Miko go home, that's the main goal. I'm wondering if he is able to go home, especially after injuring his leg. Is he able to get the courage to walk and go home? We'll find out. I guess we'll find out in the next episode. Maybe not in the next episode, but still at some point he says to go home if he doesn't die. If he doesn't die or get captured in that power plant. Yeah, it's really also that woman we got to see go into that cave. I wonder if she's going to somewhat also end up in the future, or she's going to she did discover those barrels, but for what are they? What are those in the barrels? Is it oil? Is it something way worse? I have no idea. All I know is that it's hazardous. It's very dangerous. Is it the thing that is causing it for animals to die? I have no idea. But she finds something, and it's somewhat something that they're keeping a secret from the public, and maybe some people also working on the pipeline, they don't really even know about this. But yeah, the place is surrounded by a fence. Therefore, I don't know. We don't know. I really don't know. I'm just trying to put it together. So guys, anyway, I'm gonna end up here. Otherwise, I'll spend like 20 minutes reviewing this episode. There are a lot of things that they reviewed that it just it amazes me. That's why I'm looking forward to the next episode. So yeah, anyway guys, if you like my reaction, make sure that you do leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you really think about this episode. That being said, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.